Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aziza from class A 2023, and I made this video to fulfill the final assignment for the Speaking for Academic Purposes course, namely presenting an interview report on integrating AI tools in language teaching with Mrs. Fajriani SSMA. The main purpose of this interview was to explore how artificial intelligence or AI, especially tools like Grammarly, can be integrated into the process of grammar teaching. And we also talked about many important aspects such as how to balance theory and practice when using AI, the ethical concerns surrounding student use of AI, some challenges faced in the classroom, and also the essential skill that future English teacher must have in this digital era. From the interview, there are several important points that help me better understand how to use AI in teaching grammar, especially as a future English teacher. First, balancing theory and practice. Mrs. Fajriani explained that it is important to balance between understanding grammar rules and practicing them. She started by explaining grammar through discussion or short lectures. Then asked students to apply what they have learned through writing exercise. And she said that tools like Grammarly should not replace grammar lesson but can help students reflect on their mistake. And students are taught to think about the feedback given by Grammarly, not just accept it without thinking. And this helps them understand grammar better and improve their critical thinking. And second, opinions on student using AI. Mrs. Fajriani agreed that AI can help students learn, especially in making their grammar more accurate. But she also warned that students should not depend on AI too much. If they use AI without really learning, they won't develop their own language skill. And she also said that students must use AI responsibly. Third, challenge in using AI. One of the problems Mrs. Fajrani mentioned is that some students use AI too much and they accept all the suggestions from tools like Grammarly without checking if the suggestions are right or fit the meaning. And this can lead to mistakes, especially in more difficult grammar or specific situation. And to solve this, she teaches students to be honest and to use AI as a learning tool, not a shortcut. And four, skill needed by future English teacher. Mrs. Fajrani said that future English teacher need to learn some important skill to use AI well in their teaching. These include digital literacy, critical thinking, flexible teaching methods, critical awareness, and creativity in using technology. And five, the role of AI in improving grammar skill. Mrs. Fajrani sees AI as helpful because it gives fast and accurate feedback. It helps students see common mistakes and support learning on their own. And the best thing about AI is that it allows students to learn independently and become more accurate in grammar. But she also reminds that AI has weakness if students rely on it too much, and they may not learn deeply. That's why teachers need to guide student to use AI as a support, not as a replacement for real learning. Okay, the next is implication for the teaching profession in the future. In this interview, has provided me with valuable insight that will significantly influence how I design my teaching practice in the future as a prospective English teacher. And several key implications arise from the insight I have gained is first, integrating AI as a support tool, not a replacement. I have learned that AI should be positioned as a partner in the learning process, not a shortcut. And in my future teaching practice, I will encourage students to use AI tools like Grammarly as reflective aids to help them understand and correct their mistake, rather than relying on them as automatic correction tools. And second, instilling ethnic and digital literacy from an earlier stage as a teacher. And I have the responsibility not only to teach language but also to promote ethical use of technology. And I plan to include listen on digital literacy and academic integrity, emphasizing how students can use AI tools responsibly and ethically. And third, the importance of critical evaluation of technology. I realized that not all AI generate input is accurate or appropriate for every context. Therefore, it is important to train students to be critical and selective user of technology. And in my classroom, I will assign tasks that require students to explain the reason behind their revision based on AI suggestion, so they become more actively involved in the editing process. And four, developing relevant professional skill. And this interview has also reinforced my understanding that future educators must equip themselves with technological skill, creatively in lesson design and adaptability. I will begin to design learning activities that go beyond AI use, integrating collaborative methods, class discussion, and project-based assignment to foster student holistic skill. And the last is the essential role of teacher guidance in the AI era. And the interview remind me that technology is merely a tool. The teacher's role remains crucial as a facilitator, guide, role model in the learning process. I'm inspired to become not just a subject instructor, but an educator who shapes student character and attitudes in their interaction with technology and knowledge. The interview with Mrs. Fajrani on integrating AI tools in language teaching provides a balanced, realistic, and insightful perspective on the integration of AI in grammar learning. She emphasized that technology can enrich the learning process if used ethically, reflectively, and critically. As a future teacher, this insight is invaluable in shaping my future teaching approach, one that emphasizes a balance between theoretical understanding, practical skill, and ethical awareness in utilizing educational technology. And that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.